Today I'm going to be starting a dedicated bokashi pre-composting system full of foods that I have set aside for feeding to my worms. I have a lot of food that's frozen and I just can't keep it in my freezer for the amount of time it will take. So I am going to go ahead and start the system. I'm not using meat, bones, or dairy. I'm just using food that I had already intended to feed my worms, and so this is going to be a dedicated bin just for them. So let's get started here. Now, this first step is not something that you typically have to do. You don't need to put a carbon source in bokashi pre-compost. I just put a thin layer of shredded cardboard in the bottom to help absorb all of the moisture that was going to come down from this first couple of layers of food because it had been pre-frozen, so it had a lot of water released from it. This cabbage was something that was the most devastating part of all of this frozen food. This was not supposed to be in here. There was nothing wrong with it. I just accidentally put it in the freezer instead of the refrigerator after I had cut it up that day, and pre-frozen soggy cabbage is not really my idea of a good time. Same with that broccoli that was in the bottom. So anyways, I just decided it can be worm food, and that is that. But yeah, so I'm just doing layers of food that has been pre-frozen. It does not have to be pre-frozen if you're going to use it for bokashi in general. I had pre-frozen it because it was stuff that I had been setting aside to give to the worms. A good part and a good note about pre-freezing food before bokashi is you don't want to use moldy food in bokashi because it can take over the effective microorganisms that are needed in the bokashi brand system. So you don't want moldy food in it, and so to give yourself more time between refreshing the bucket and adding more food, you can just freeze all of the waste that you're going to put in it before you put in there. So I'm just sprinkling a bunch of layers. I'm not filling up this bucket today because I don't have enough, but I'm going to be adding to this over the next coming weeks. And so I'm just squeezing out all of the air for a truly anaerobic system. And then I'm just labeling this bucket so that I know not to accidentally put other food scraps in this bucket. Just food for the worms.